So I have a problem with the Atheist Plus movement, and this is it. I myself am not an atheist. I consider myself to be a spiritual individual. I am not a Christian, although I sort of am, whatever. But I believe in the supernatural. I believe in deities. I believe in the spirit world. That's just from my experiences. I've had lots of experiences that indicate to me personally, in my experience, that this is what makes sense. This is my evidence. It only applies to me. It doesn't apply to anybody else. I can't prove to anybody else that what I experienced is real. But then again, I can't prove to anybody else that I am straight. I can't prove to anybody else that I am not a trans man in a biological female's body. I can't prove to anybody else any of my own experiences. What I don't like about the Atheism Plus movement is they show so much respect for the LGBTQ spectrum, which is great. You know, I'm not going to hate on them for that because they should show respect for that. But they don't have any proof for any of that spectrum. They only have to believe another person's experience. If somebody says that they are gender binary, you can't, you're not born with a birthmark that's in the shape of the letter B on your forehead that says, oh, this one's gender binary. There's no blood test that can show that you're gender binary. There's nothing that can prove that you're gay. Just people on the outside of your skin have to take your word for it and say, wow, you really don't want to marry a woman, huh? You really do want to marry your boyfriend? You're actually in love with this man? And you're a man? What? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand how women could be attracted to other women because I'm not attracted to other women. But I also don't understand how people can eat hot tamales, those candies, that are the cinnamon candies, because I think those are disgusting. And there are people who like that shit. You know what I mean? I also don't understand people who don't like chocolate. Okay? But there are people there are women who are attracted to other women who like hot tamale candies and don't like chocolate. I'm not going to understand what these people say, what these people are feeling, but I'm willing to be a decent individual and respect their experience. But why can't my experience be respected as a pagan, as a spiritual person, as a witch? I'm not asking for atheists and the Atheist Plus to believe what I believe. I'm not a Christian sitting here trying to browbeat you into believing what I believe. But I would like the respect of not being called crazy or something because I believe it. And you can look at me and say, wow, you really believe in fairies and nature spirits and you have an altar for Ganesha? Really? Well, I personally don't believe in that, but if you have experiences that's real for you, more power to you. Hey, I respect your experience. Now, I've met atheists that are like that, and I love them to death because I love that they are mature enough to respect that. But then I've met atheists, especially in the Atheist Plus movement. I've noticed those are the most arrogant types of atheists, tend to gravitate toward that movement, that defunct movement, because it's not even really that much of a thing anymore. Those are the ones who are like, you're delusional. You need to get your head out of the fairy tale books. Near-death experiences are just DMT, hallucinations. Listen, without getting into detail, I have experimented with a few substances. And let me tell you something. Substances don't necessarily have a tunnel with light. I've never experienced that before with my experimentation, But in my opinion, I just don't understand why everybody is willing to expect another human experience when it comes to sexuality and gender identity, but they won't respect another human's experience when it comes to spirituality. Now, to me, I think both of those two subjects are actually combined. in my pagan belief, I actually honestly believe that trans people are spirits that have, up until this point, always manifested as a particular gender, but now have incarnated as the opposite of what they truly are. I don't know why that's happened. Could it be an accident? Maybe. Could it be something that is actually necessary for, this is what I believe, I think it's a necessary thing for humanity to grow and learn gender identity and the polar opposites of male and female and how they're actually unified. I think that trans people serve a spiritual purpose to help us progress as a society. I actually believe in that. I look at them as, okay, you're a spirit. You're two. They call the natives say that, oh, they're two spirits. You know, there's a spirituality element to it. I also feel that way about gays. I believe that homosexuals and lesbians are loving couples, or for the most part capable of being loving couples, that can provide homes to children who don't have parents. There are many, many children that don't have a loving home. And there are a lot of heterosexual people that are breeding, and there's a lot of baby mama drama, and we're straining in our resources, and the earth is getting overpopulated, and everything is getting crazy. And then you have these loving gay couples that probably together won't produce a child biologically, but could provide a home for the children who don't have biological parents to care for them. That is a beautiful thing to me. I see a gay couple adopting a child as them doing a service to humanity, you know? They're taking that kid who has no one, and they're giving that kid someone. And they're giving that kid everything that they can. And they're doing it out of choice. They chose that kid. They want to be with that kid. And it's good. It's a good thing, you know? And I believe that LGBTQ issues are spiritual. And I think that they're meant to teach us and help us grow as a species and help us reach higher enlightenment. Call me hippy dippy, call me like, oh, she's like one of those little hippie people, but that's what I believe. So why can't my beliefs be respected? That's really all I'm asking of the atheist community, of the atheist plus community. Why can't what I believe be respected without being ridiculed? It's my experience. You're not going to respect my experience, but you're going to respect the experience of somebody else. Why? Do I need more oppression points? Do we need to have the Salem witch trials and I get burnt at the stake for you to have any empathy for me as another human being? You know, it looks like, especially in the atheist plus community, that is the only way they care about you is if you've been through hell. You know, I just don't understand. That doesn't make sense. Why does a person have to necessarily be oppressed to be respected? I don't feel like I'm oppressed as a pagan. I mean, granted, you know, Christians treat me kind of like dirt, and now atheists sometimes treat me like dirt, but I wouldn't consider myself oppressed. I just consider myself, well, hey, you know, this is what I believe. People don't agree with me, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I don't need other people's approval to be a witch. Just like I'm pretty sure a trans person doesn't need other people's approval to identify as a trans person, or a gay person doesn't need another person's approval to identify as a gay person. I believe what I believe, and I don't need somebody else to validate me. But it would be nice to be respected. You know, you don't have to agree with me, but it would be nice to be respected. I am in no way saying that I'm as oppressed as anybody in the LGBTQ world. But I am saying that everybody deserves respect. That's basically all I'm saying.